This week we are going to begin with the workshop of our final project. As you know, this is a project, so it is going to be a process, okay? We are going to be working on that for about 2 weeks and a half because the due date of the final project is the week between the 22nd June to 26th June. So it's that week that is going to be the week to present your final projects. And these 2 weeks and a half, we are going to be working through different phases, different steps of this final project. I am going to share my screen with you. I am going to explain everything. So I am going to ask you something. If you have any question about all the things that I am going to explain, please let me know because otherwise you are going to have a lot of doubts and this is not going to be good. So give me 1 second while I share it. And this is it. Okay, Alejo, can you please help me reading the instructions?
Um, we are students. This week we are going to begin with the elaboration of our final project. This will be developed in the hours of class, and it will test your language skills and your understanding of the units that we work on the semester. Sure that all of you are going to do a great job.
Thank you, baby. So here's the first thing. Your final project, the final product of your final project is a sketch. Do you know what is a sketch? Do you know what is that?
¿Un boceto? No,
Not really.
no es un dibujo, ¿no?
Nope, a sketch. What is a sketch? It's a
Video.
it's a video,
Pues se
but
supone que es como un video de
English,
una situación hipotética.
English. Yeah, it's please use English. Yes, it's a video. But not only a video where you
For
are in
a
front,
hypothetical situation.
something like that. It's a video where you are acting. You are not going to be just in front of the camera talking for hours and explaining something. No, this is actually like an actuation. Have you ever seen these videos of Enchufe TV, for example? I hope so. So
Yes.
that's an example of a sketch. Enchufe TV do sketches. So what are you going to do? The final product of your final project is a sketch. And the main topic of this sketch is healthy mind and body. As you know, we have been working with different kind of illness, different kind of mental issues, different kind of people who has hurt its own body with surgeries, with drugs, with different chemics, with a lot of things. So that's the reason why the main topic of our sketch is healthy mind and body. What do I want you to do? The main idea is that I want you to record this sketch by taking into account not only the things that we have learned, but some researches that we are going to be doing. And at the end of the day, what I want you to do is to create a sketch or something like a video comparing a person who has or who takes care of himself on the quarantine time versus a person who doesn't do it. Questions up to this point, guys?
No.
No questions? Okay, so you are going to be comparing something like that. A person who takes care versus a person who doesn't take care. I am going to suggest something and it will be really nice if you can do it. If it's not mandatory, I am not saying that you have to do it this way, but it will be really nice if you can include your families on this sketch. Of course, they don't have to talk. You are going to be the ones doing all the job. If you do something to make them talk, it will be nice to see. But they don't have to do it. But it will be really nice if you can include your family, your parents, brother, sister, whatever, even your cats, animals, whatever, in this video. So try to do it if possible. If it's possible, if it's not possible, you can also create a sketch like this sketch of the boy or the YouTubers who use different accessories and they are all the characters, but they are just dressed in different ways. So you can do it that way too. Questions up to this point?
It is no. Can we talk to you at the end of the class, please?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So, I am going to show you
Teacher,
some. Tell me.
we're going to make that funny videos about Spanglish families.
Not Spanglish families, actually. I mean, first of all, it doesn't have to be just funny. It has to be interesting because not all the sketches are funny. The important thing is that you need to have something interesting in that. And it is not mandatory to use your family. If you can include someone, it will be nice, but it's not mandatory, ¿ok? No es obligatorio que incluyan a alguien de su familia, solo si es posible. Si no, no pasa nada, lo hacen ustedes solitos, ¿ok? Any other question? So I am going to show you some videos to exemplify the expected product. This is going to be the final, super final product, okay? I'm going to show you some videos. Give me 1 second while I open it. So I am going to play a bit of the video.
Here in this week's video, we have
And you are going to tell me if you can listen in a good way. So,
Might as well do it together, right?
Danny. That's a
can you listen in a good way or not really?
So.
So. Well, this is going to have subtitles, and anyway, you have the videos in the platform if you want to check it again. This is just to show you something of those things that I want you to do.
I never
It's not this
thought of
part.
that.
bro. How many people are there right now?
1 second, because this is not like the part that I want you to check. Okay.
It's like the title videos on Herman.
Is this one? Yeah, you can do it that way.
The one who's feeling optimistic.
For example, this.
Quarantine day 1, 10:30 a.m.
Yo, 2 weeks of staying inside and not doing anything? Bro, that's light, bro. Yo, government, throw another 2 weeks in there, bro. I'll do 4. Easy.
Quarantine day 1, 10:35 a.m.
Ah! Can't take this anymore. Why is quarantine taking so long, bro? The one who eats literally all day.
Porque mandar um dar para aqui no segundo tempo, nunca liga e llama por outro lado.
Yo, Daddy! Here, are you back?
What?
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 Are you there?
Here, speak up!
A vida me dice que espere más abajo.
Dude, are you serious right now? Bro, there's no food in this house right now. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die from starvation. I haven't eaten all day. This is unreal. This is unfair. Kids on spring.
So that's one example. If you realize here you can see a person who eats a lot all day. Do you think that this was something good for your health, for your body? Eating all day?
Obviously.
Obviously, okay. So you just have to try to make that comparison, yes, between this person, this kind of people who eats all day, everything, all the things that they have in the house, versus the one who is doing like a lot of exercise. Or for example, the first one that we watched, The first one was having another kind of situation. It was more like a mind situation, like something really bad with his mind because he couldn't handle to be locked on his house. So that's another way that you can use to compare someone who takes care on quarantine versus someone who doesn't do it. Or maybe you can show the progress of a person day one of quarantine with 50, I don't know, 50 kilograms versus day 15 with 100 kilos. I don't know. You can do it. Those are just examples. I am going to show you another one just to make it clear. You can do something like this too. Not this one. This is not really fun. I'm going to show you better this one. You can do something like expectative versus reality. You can do something like that. Like this, for example.
Exactamente la base. Entonces, lo único que la estamos llegando es que está. Ya digo, no tenemos acceso. Sí.
You can do something like that too, like a versus. You can do the videos as I was telling you, expectative versus reality, for example, where you can put like expectative and someone training really hard, reality, someone eating on the bed. Something like that. I mean, you just have to be creative, you just have to be able to compare a person who takes care versus a person who doesn't do it. Questions up to this point, guys? You can find a lot of examples on YouTube, a lot of videos who will guide yours if you need more videos. I mean, it's YouTube. So I want to know if you have any question up to this point.
I don't have a question.
Okay.
¿Qué ha cambiado?
Can I continue then?
Yes.
Okay. Well, babies, as this is a final project, you are going to have some phases, some steps for the project. We are going to have 5 steps in order to do it, and we are going to be doing it in class, hopefully. So, the step number 1 is an analysis, disease analysis. What are you going to do on this step? What I want you to do is to analyze or to make a short research of all these common diseases, all these common illness, not only in the body but also mental illness, that are extremely common in humanity. Like things that always have happened, like the flu, for example. Everyone has had a flu, and that happens a lot all around the world. Or maybe if you are talking about mind issues, you can talk about anxiety. A lot of people, many people has these problems with anxiety, has attacks and really bad issues with anxiety. So what are you going to do on this first step? You are going to do research, and you are going to write an article. It is going to be a writing activity. You are going to write an article talking about the most common diseases, the most common illness that happen in the world, like usually, and how the arrival of the virus, the coronavirus, has affected this. So, for example, before the coronavirus, we had flu, and it was really normal to see someone with flu. What happened today if you see someone with flu? It can be just a normal flu, but what happened? What are you going to think? Can tell me something. I want to listen to you guys.
Something what?
The people
Pretty.
think that this person is have coronavirus.
Yeah, that is going to happen. So, does the coronavirus has affect the common illness that we usually have? Of course, yes.
Sorry.
If you see someone with flu, and even if it's a normal flu, you are going to say, "Oh my God, this guy has coronavirus. If I get closer, I am going to die." Or what happened if you see, or for example, anxiety is the same kind of anxiety that we had before coronavirus? What do you think?
No, because some people can have like anxiety of different things,
Different
and
things?
now you can have anxiety because she can go outside.
That's an example. For example, let's imagine these two situations. First, the person who has had problems with anxiety its whole life. Now that person is inside a house and maybe that problem is bigger. Maybe it's even better. We don't know. But we also have this thing, the person who has been always like living the life without anxiety problems, and suddenly they get luck and they realize that they had anxiety problems. So we have these two situations. So does the coronavirus have affected the fact of anxiety? So that's what I want you to do on this first step. You are going to make a research of the most common diseases that we have in humanity all around the world, the normal ones, the usual ones in the mind and in the body, and then you are going to compare how the arrival of the virus had affected this. Questions up to this point or about step number one?
Sì, sì.
No questions? 100% sure, guys? Okay.
No question.
Okay, let's continue then. As soon as we finish with this, I mean, this is important to know because you can have some inspiration for your sketch. Maybe you are going to create a sketch of someone with anxiety problems before quarantine, and that person, I don't know, try to do something inside the house, take good care of herself or himself, whatever you want, and now it's better. You can have some inspiration, but we need to have clear all the kind of diseases and how quarantine had affected. As soon as we finish with this, we are going to continue with the phase 2 or step number 2, that is a comparative chart. What are you going to do? You are going to create a comparative chart between a person who takes care of himself versus a person who doesn't do it. This is really similar to those things that you are going to do in your sketch. You are going to compare, for example, a person who takes care with the food, a person who exercises himself, a person who sleeps 8 hours per day, for example. So you are going to compare this. How life is better when you take care of yourself, and how can you be affected if you don't do it? It's a comparative chart between these two situations. Questions about the step number 2? Yes or no?
No.
No? Okay. Then, my dears, as soon as we finish with this, of course, we are going to have discussion times because we are going to share ideas. All of these things are going to be uploaded to Q10, and then we are going to have speakings to do it. As soon as we finish with the comparative chart, we are going to begin with the step number 3, that is the sketch script. Do you know what is the meaning of a script?
Como el guión, el libreto.
Something like that, yes.
Como el
But the most important thing, yes, the most important thing here, and it's the guion, on this script is that I want you to tell me the main idea of your sketch. This is not going to be literally with all the dialogues and all the things. Like person one says this, person two says this, blah blah blah. No. I mean, if you want to include it, it will be really nice because I am going to be able to check and to give you a better feedback. But the most important thing on this sketch is that you are going to tell me the main idea of your sketch. How are you going to create your sketch? For example, if you are the ones who did the first video, so you can tell me, okay, teacher, on my sketch, I am going to show a person who eats a lot and who goes to the kitchen at different hours, and then he is saying that he is going to die because he is without food. And then I am going to show you this person who is getting fat with the days, and I am going to show you a progress with the days, and then I am going to show you a person who does exercise, whatever. Okay? You have to tell me the main idea of your sketch, because in that way I am going to be able to check it and I am going to be able to approve all those things that you are going to be doing. Okay? So do you have any question about this part of the sketch? Yes or no?
No.
No questions. Okay. As soon as we finish with the script, as soon as I say like, okay, good job, you can do it, you can begin with the recording, you are going to begin with the recording of your sketch. And this is the part where I say like that you can include your families and it will be nice. So for example, let's imagine that you want to do this kind of a sketch that is like a voice in off. Do you know what is a voice in off? Una voz en off? Do you know what is that?
Grabar encima, es grabar pues, para el video.
Yes, it's when you are, I mean, when we can listen just your voice and we are watching the images or the video, but not the person who is talking. So you can do it, for example, in that way. And you can have, I don't know, your father. Maybe you are talking about the guy who do a lot of exercise and who works really hard for that. And you are telling the story in off. And on the video, you have, I don't know, your mother, your father, your brother, your whatever, doing exercise. So that's a way to use your family in the video, but you are going to be the ones who are talking. You can try to do that, for example. In this first step, you are going to begin with the sketch recording. Of course, you are going to have hours of class to do it. I'm going to give you time to record the scenes, to let me know if you have questions, to show me progress if you want. Well, it's up to you.
Sure.
Tell me.
So, for example, I can make the things that have changed in quarantine. I mean, for example, the students at the class, my dad at the work, my grandma.
You can do it in that way, but you must, I mean, in your video, it must be include the main topic, healthy mind and body. So for example, if you want to show the difference between classes then and classes now, you can show the classes where you go and you were super active and you were taking care of yourself because you had to take a shower every day and you had to go to the school and you have to walk a lot, whatever. Versus the classes now where you can begin classes inside your bed with the light off, like causing a really hard damage to your eyes, and eating a lot of fries and I don't know, package and all of those things. You can show it, for example, in that way. Or maybe if, for example, in my case, if I were going to show how my life has changed, I will show that before this, I was super active. I could give my classes on my feet, and I could walk, and I could talk, and I could eat. I don't know, a lot of things, and I could walk through the grass. Now I have to sit down in front of a computer the entire day, and I have horrible backaches. For example, I guess that the same thing is happening to you. You can show something like that, but it has to be include the main topic, healthy mind and body. Okay, Lou? Any other question, guys? Okay, and as soon as you record this, that it has to be done with good quality, please. I don't want I don't want, for example, that you record one part of the video in vertical and the other one with horizontal, so just take care, for example, with those details. Try to record, for example, with your cell phone quiet. All those things, all those tips that are going to help you to make it better. As soon as you finish with that, as soon as you edit all your videos, as soon as you do it, we are going to have this last step that is the final presentation. How are we going to do it? You are going to send me the videos. I don't know yet if I am going to. I guess that this is the best way to do it because usually videos are super heavy and you can send it through email, you can upload it to Q10. So the easiest way is to open a Drive file to upload it, but I am going to ask you the favor to be really careful with those folders because those things are for academical issues, okay? So probably, I haven't decided yet, but probably you are going to have this Drive folder where you are going to upload the videos, and then all of us are going to watch it, yeah? Or well, that's my ideal world where all of us are watching the videos. So I am going to begin, I don't know, with Alejo, and I am going to open it, and I am going to show it to you. And that's it. I am going to make the evaluation. Each one of us is going to, to say something about it. We are going to discuss a little bit, and that's it. Something important in the videos is this one. You are going to record all your sketch, of course, taking into account the main topic, of course, if possible with your family. If not, it's not mandatory, but it will be nice. And at the end of the video, like in a different part at the end, the sketch is over and that's it, and everyone, we're happy, live happily forever. And then you are going to appear in front of the camera and you are going to give a short reflection about uh, about the importance of having a healthy mind and body, about the importance of taking good care of us every day, not only in quarantine, but every day, even when we finish this. We have to take a good care of us. So the sketch is over and you are going to appear giving me or giving us a short reflection about it. Do you have any question up to this point, guys? Yes or no?
No.
100% sure, babies, because this is your final project. So if you have questions,
What are we going to
this is
do
the time.
today?
What, baby? What's Anita?
What are we going to do today?
It was just the explanation. We are doing a lot, baby. It was the explanation of the final project. So I want you to have it really clear. That's the reason why I am taking the time to do it. Okay? Any other question about the final project, about the phases or the steps? No more questions? Tell me, baby.
Today we have to send something.
No, you don't have to send something, guys. This is going to be like a chain. Do you know what is a chain?
No.
Como una cadena. So you are going to be working. It's just one project. You are going to have steps, but not every day you have to send something. So, for example, tomorrow we are going to begin with phase number 1. That is the disease analysis. So we are going to have a speaking time, and then I am going to give you some time to do your research. You are going to have time to write your articles, all those things. We are going to continue with that because it has to be sorry, it has to be really well done. So we are going to continue with that on Thursday, but on Thursday you are going to present it. You are going to tell me, okay, teacher, look, this is my article, this is what I found. So the only day where you are going to upload something is on Thursday. Can you see? But it is a work that we are going to be doing through the classes. It's a process, a shame. So it's important to be in each class. It's important to participate if we have speakings. It's important to ask if you have questions. Okay, darlings. So no, today you are not going to update or to upload something to the forum because we need to take the time to let this final test really clear. I don't know if you have any other question, guys, or not. No more questions? Okay, guys, so if you don't have any question, I'm really sure that we are going to have a good project together. You are going to do it in a good way. And we are going to take the time to do it as best as we can. Okay, guys? Anyway, each day I am going to explain you step by step. I mean, if we are developing, for example, step number 1, I am going to be explaining to you, and I am going to be the entire time next to you following your process. You are not going to be alone, okay? So if you don't have more questions, I guess that we can stop for today, and I am going to stay with Valentina. But Alejo, need to tell me something.
Yeah.
So bye, Alejo. Tell me.
Right.
I I really don't want to do a sketch.
Why
I
not?
I'm because I'm so bad at acting, and I'm horrible, and
You're not
um
horrible.
¿qué más? I just don't want to do that, but I however I want to give you a quality job for my project. Can I do something else?
Well, actually, we are going. I mean, this is a proposal of the sketch. First of all, because I want you to fight with all your fears, the fears of being in front of a camera, because of things like you are saying, because you think that you are horrible. But I gave you another option. You can find someone who acts while your voice is in off. Yes?
Oh,
That's the other
so
option that I gave you. So, for example, you can use your mom or your auntie. I don't know. So you can compare. Like here we have this girl who exercises every day, like in a really nice way, really active way. But the ones who are going to be appearing in front of the camera are other ones. You can do it in that way too, and it is going to be an sketch, and you are going to be taking part, but you are not going to be in the video.
I mean,
Yo creo que también
it's not really
para
about my
con ese
self
objetivo
confidence
es
and all
que
that. But
Daniela
I mean,
y
I
Luisa
don't want to
empezaron a
do an
llenarse
sketch.
con tantas
Can I do something
cosas
else?
Can
adicionales
you please
cuando
repeat the last part, baby? Because I
los
couldn't
temas
listen in
cuando
a good way.
estén
Can you
bien
please repeat it?
tengamos
I said
eso
that
más claro.
it's not about
Creo
my
que sí
self
que
confidence
eso
or
en un
anything,
futuro
but
se va a hacer
it's
así, Han,
just they
pero
don't
creo
want to
que
do
de
an
pronto en una
sketch,
solución más
and
a corto plazo,
I
escuchando
want
que hay,
to
digamos que
ask
tú
you
tienes
if
que
I can
hacer
do
más
something
para
else.
hacer, se puede hacer es que el procedimiento
Well,
sea nosotros
actually,
enviamos
I
contenido
can't
real y
change the
contenido
project for
real
you
que sea un
because in
correo
that way
y
I will
que
have to
digamos
change the project for everyone who
a más
says that
tardar
they don't want to do it.
al mediodía del
But I am
24 de
going to give you the
novedades,
chance
ellos
to
leen el
think
vistazo
about
bueno de lo que
something
nosotros enviamos,
similar and to give me a new
pueden llegar a
proposal
hacer.
to do the final project by following the steps that I am giving, okay? I am going to give you the
Okay.
chance to think in a proposal, and if you convince me of that proposal, I will let you do it. If I
I
don't
have it.
think, and you are going to tell me tomorrow, no, not now. If I
Okay.
don't think that the proposal is good enough, I mean, if I say like, this proposal is going to replace the sketch, the video, the acting, the tension, the feelings, everything that a sketch is going to provide me, if I say that it is not like enough, you have to do the
Yeah.
sketch, baby, okay? Because it's the
Okay.
thing that everyone is going to do, Alejo. So I can change it just for you. I understand. I don't like cameras neither, but I had to do it at some point of my life. And I had to live with that, and I had to learn how to be in front of a camera and how to be ridiculous in front of the people I study with.
I'm sure.
So,
I'm sure I am convincing you tomorrow.
so
we will
let's
try.
check. I am going to give you the chance to try to
Yeah.
change my mind with the sketch. But if that is not happening, I mean, if you don't have enough things to change my mind, you are going to do the sketch. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, Ale.